Nancy here. Thanks for watching. I was on a flight headed to Las Vegas to visit my family. The plane was pretty empty. It was one of those small planes with just two seats across. Know those? I had the window seat. My two kids, who were 12 and 7 at the time, wandered to the back of the plane to play cards together. So suddenly, it was just me, an empty seat next to me. Then a handsome man sat down beside me and he introduced himself. I told him my first name. We started chatting, the way people sometimes do on flights. He mentioned he was flying to Las Vegas, then continuing on to Palm Springs and eventually Milan, Italy. That caught my attention. So I asked him, what did you do? Or what do you do? He smiled and said he was a woman's accessory designer. Not just any designer, apparently, a very successful one. At one point, he told me something fascinating that was different, so I remember it. He said during the recession, most companies lower their prices, but he raised his, and his brand became even more successful. I've always wondered about that. Then I asked him a question about, obviously, he was creative, so how do you keep your creativity going year after year? He paused for a second, and then he said something I'll never forget. He said, Lenny said, point the light in a direction. I knew immediately who he meant. My favorite, Leonardo da Vinci. Of course, I thought. That makes sense. Now, here's where the story gets strange. A dear friend of mine who has since passed away had given me a beautiful handbag. It was called a watermelon style bag because even though it was blue leather, it had red trim and it looked like a shape of a watermelon with no handles. It was sitting right beside me on the window side. He didn't see it. When the flight was ending, he finally said his last name and suddenly something clicked. I looked at him, looked down at the bag, back at him. Slowly, I lifted the bag and he started to laugh because it was his design. It was his bag. Out of all the flights in the world, all the empty seats on that plane, the one person who sat next to me was the person who created the bag I was holding the entire time. Sometimes life writes stories that are better than anything we could plan. A chance encounter on a plane turned into an unforgettable moment. I hope you enjoy that, and I hope you have many wonderful coincidences, synchronicity. Comment, tell your story. I'd love to hear it too. Have a peaceful and blessed day. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Hit the subscribe if you haven't.